Good sound of the truck going by.
Yeah, what did you do this morning after breakfast? Oh, before breakfast, I mean.
Before breakfast?
Yes.
I went jogging that way. In fact, if you kind of pan across, you'll see that there's a mountain back over here.
Yes.
That was the mountain that I jogged around.
I see. How far did you jog?
Oh, I'd estimate somewhere in the neighborhood of 20, 25, 30 miles, something like that. Just hit the road.
20 or 25 miles.
Well, the first thing you want to do in the morning is you want to get up and you want to just kind of like...
Why'd I notice that your nose is getting longer when you're telling the story?
8, 10 miles. You just want to go all out. Once you get that kind of reamed out of your system, then you just kind of kick back and relax all the way in. That's
for the benefit of our listening audience, he ran 2 miles. There's Aunt Ollie's house.
Cheater.
Yeah. And they're all down there. I'm going to take it down to look at, that's Velma Delma's van, and we're going down to look at the, and there's a story attached to the balloons here. The Aunt Ollie went down to get a set of balloons yesterday, and went down to Florida and had them pumped up with helium. And while she was getting them pumped up, she went and took them to her car, took them, started driving off down the road with the window open, the balloons blew away. And she didn't realize the first time she ever had anything to do with helium, so she was looking for them and all beside the buildings and everything, not knowing they'd floated away up into the heavens. She went back, got a new set of balloons, and this is the second set of balloons. I don't think there's only 9 balloons here, though, because what happened was that she had one of them get lost in the process of putting these up. But she told us a really funny story about the balloons flying off. This time shown on the screen here is California time. So it's literally 11 o'clock here now in the morning. Here we go. Everybody smile. Are we having fun yet?
Yeah, we done started.
Okay. Go, go, go.
Yeah, go, go, go. Isn't that tree pretty over there?
Where's that, Aunt Ollie?
That tree. Front.
Okay.
That tree, that's over there. It's
Oh, that's pretty. That is pretty.
boy, that'll be up to me. Come on, you'll see some many trees. You'll take some many pictures up here. You've got a lot more to see.
Oh, where'd you come back?
We're here at the chairlift for Natural Bridge, and here's the chairlift over here. We're going to go on the chairlift and on up to Natural Bridge.
You have a lot more. Or you have.
Then I'll get ready to get on the chairlift.
Really count me off up there? I'm pretty old. Help me, honey. Help me, honey.
You're supposed to say, "Help me, Lord."
How you been, Curt? Oh. Away you go.
Okay, you two going next.
Yeah, we'll go.
I'm cold already. Ah.
And it's Aunt Ollie and Maggie up ahead of us in the next chair. Looks like they got halos on their heads because there's sun shining through the hair.
Raise your bar, please. When you reach the platform, step to each side of your chair.
Okay, on the toe.
Right over here, sir.
What do you think?
It's beautiful. It's a long ways down.
Yes.
As long as I got my feet on solid rock.
That sounds like a words for a song.
Yeah. We may come up with a pretty song here, right?
That's right. That's right.
Over there makes you go round and round, don't it? You know, you'd be surprised how many people falls, just comes up here and falls. But I think there's most people on there.
Someone's up there.
I know it.
I mean, there's a bunch of people down at the bottom of this hill. Are there a bunch of people down the bottom of this hill? Then she said there's a lot of people fall. We're standing on top of the bridge now, looking out to the north. Oh, isn't that beautiful?
Now, can't you imagine how we had to hold the hands of a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old?
Oh, mercy.
Oh, that boy. He'd even swing over that tree if I'd let him.
It'll lead over the edge.
Oh,
I'll take the one on the right.
Well, I'll take the one on the left.
You know that was on camera.
You got sound turned off?
No.
It does look like a bridge, don't it?
Yeah. Looks more like a bridge on the bottom than it does on the
Yeah, you can't even realize that there's a bridge that much on top.
They got a picture of it in a magazine on postcards. That's what they call it, National Bridge. Well, it's a big piece of rock.
I think we're falling. If the earthquake, I don't think I want to be here.
They got any reinforcement in it.
That is going to be anybody's guess. I guess you get a good
That'd
guess.
be just as good time as any.
Strong woman. We're just, he got me in my words.
Raise your bar, please. When you reach the platform, step to the side of your chair, please. I'll help you out.
Here it is Wednesday morning. We're in Renfro Valley, Kentucky, and just beautiful scenery. And we stayed all night here, and we had the opportunity to have see the show at Renfro Valley Jamboree. Very excellent show. I think everybody wish we had taken the camera with us because they didn't have a camera. They found out later. But this is the hotel we stayed in here, in room 104, and everybody's waiting for me to get in the van so we can leave.
The section of the mural above the fireplace shows a brother and sister act, Pete and Jackie Burdine at the microphone, Bob Simmons playing the fiddle, the Coon Creek Girls seated on a bench, Coy Pretty in the red shirt and hat with his mandolin, talking to Gabe Tucker with the horn. Behind him in the cap is Jerry Barnes and his wife Elsie. Troy Gibbs is playing the bass. The portraits on the west wall are those of Bascom Lamar Lunsford and John Jacob Niles, well-known folk music authorities. At the end of the room, at the left of the fireplace, is the picture of Bradley Kincaid, a pioneer in early radio.
There's his T-shirt. Because he had too many wives today. I don't know it is. I mean, I don't remember. Lee Ham. I see, sorry, in a Baptist church. Where he belongs, down there.
This must be what he's in the service.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Kings of the Cowboys. Oh, Keith Whitley. I know there's so many of them. Yeah. I'll tell you a story of about Keith Whitley.
Yes, Barbara, I really enjoy your music, and I'm glad we were able to visit with you today.
I like her better than her sister.
No, I can't. I'm married, Barbara. I'll have to forego that
Oh,
date.
please, Kurt, please. Please, Kurt.
You like her, you know, under their gospel song. Ronnie McDay.
Good morning, folks. At this time, we're going to show our presentation in the upstairs at the museum. This is a tribute to founder John Marin and Angela. That's up in the upstairs John Marin Theater. Thank you.
I never thought it was like this.
This is our quarters here in Gatlinburg. And here we are all this is the view out the back porch early in the morning on Friday. This is the chalet we stayed in the Great Smokies. You can see, I already showed you the view out the back, of course, and that's the front, looking down the hill. This is the bedroom Jeannie and I shared. We had the window open, but we were able to sleep really well. The bed was too soft, though. This is looking up the hill. A little confusion here. Lee's got to go back and get his jacket.
So I'm going to get my jacket. Is that
Oh.
like, does that need to be announced to the world? So I forgot my jacket.
There's our gang going down there. We're going to go on the tram.
There's a rod there on one side. Right. Yeah. If they have questions, I'll try to answer them. This is America's largest tram capacity. We can carry 120 passengers plus one driver. It's built back in 1973 by the Bond Roll Company out of Bern, Switzerland at a cost of $5.5 million. Now it is computer operated, but can be controlled from inside the tram. We're going to be traveling at a top speed of 17 miles per hour. The trip takes approximately 10 minutes, unless we take a shortcut. It's 2.1 miles to the top. Look up through the sunroof. Our two top cables are our track cables. We have 26 wheels that roll freely. And our center cables are tow cables. This valley to your left is the gateway to the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. It straddles North Carolina and Tennessee for 70 miles, and it's a 500,000 acres of wilderness.
I like they mentioned 3 cables.
Now we're going to slow down right here. The reason why we slow down here is so we can collect another $5 from you. The reason why we slow down. Off the Gallenberg bypass.
My knuckles are turning blue.
Drive up here, you can go to number 10 red light in town, take a right, follow double yellow lines on it.
I did. Does that mean my fried chicken dinner's kind of out of the question now?
I won't even try to get the ground.
When we meet this next tram, now I want everyone to be sure and wave at them or they might think we're not having a good time. Like they're going faster than us, but we're going the same speed. This area right here is called Chalet Village. I'll let about a third of these homes.
Well, here we are out in the open, in the cornfield.
They could see it when we got back.
top of Mount Harrison, looking out into the Great Smoky National Park.
Someone was trying to heat up, someone trying to cook, someone turned up. I woke up at 6 o'clock.
We wouldn't get them hot, you know. It's easier to get too hot than it is.
Oh, I just think it was talking.
Yes, where are you folks from? Alabama.
What town?
Little Mountain Dew, hanging there to be I'll hush up my mug, keep it real up my jug, with that good old Mountain Dew. Well, the preacher rode by with his head held high, says your wife happy now with the flu. He thought that I ought to sell him a quart of my good old Mountain Dew. Holy moly, that old Mountain Dew, hanging there to be said or do. I'll hush up my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. Good old Mountain Dew. Holy moly, that old Mountain Dew, and them that refuse it or do. I'll shove my mug if you fill up my jug with that good old Mountain Dew. With that good old Mountain Dew. Those brown eyes smile at me, dear. Turn my blue moon back to gold. Today I feel so sad and weary. I want a love that cannot be. All I need to make me happy. Let those brown eyes smile at me. Let those brown eyes smile at me, dear. That's what I wish with all my soul. Let those brown eyes smile at me, dear. Turn my blue moon back to gold. Now we've been sweethearts so long, darling. Now you're growing, darling. Don't think I'll be hanging around while you're having fun. I won't sit there crying over you. From now on, you step out and see what I'll do. I'll lock the door, but I can't. I'll go stepping through. Yes, I'll go stepping through, honey. I'll go stepping through. I'll lock the
I'm going down faster than the train.
The winds are blowing. You're gonna get a close shot at him.
It was pretty good.
Went to the restroom in the morning, her hands was that thing. skates backwards trying to show out.
Yeah, big show off.
Oh, I told her she's got to be professional.
Who's that?
Where'd he go?
Does everything backwards. Yeah, they were over this water or something. I
This is Maggie's house in Elizabethtown. And she owns the property clear out to the ditch. In fact, she told us she had to mow both sides of the ditch out there and clear out to the boundary between the two houses here. Got a lot of property. And I believe this is the property line here. And clear out to the telephone pole in the back there. I thought I see a telephone pole, but around the back. There's the front door. It's the back of the house. And there's the pole at the end of her property, and of course includes all the ditch there too. And again, the back of Maggie's house. And her back door goes into her family room.
Now, you ought to be the judge of what he's going to do about
Oh, we can go tomorrow.
Yeah,
But
you
sometimes, and then we'll put,
get together, you know,
Yeah.
we might consider it.
And two, I know another thing, it's like Mama, there's so many kids, sometimes we go up there and, you know,
Yeah.
it's just a mini thing,
Yeah.
really, you know, and it just works well, so.
Yeah,
When you get Lee out of the bathroom.
check with your mom.
For a short little while, maybe see if I can get my hair done first.
Yeah.
Because I was terrible there. I think after my week is up on my
species present in California.
Delma, you can come out of the water now.
There he is.
Delma? Delma?
Hello.
Welcome to Springfield, Missouri.
Hodgenville, Kentucky. We're in the souvenir store, and this is a display of tools. Most of them probably the time around when Lincoln was a child.
Look, there's a lawnmower.
I was thinking you had to mow lawns back in Lincoln's time.
This is my sister's This is
I went up there yesterday.
And then this is her son, Taylor, my sister. And her husband's Sonny. And this is another one of her granddaughters. She's like her mommy. That's her mommy right there, Sherry. Bounty came out to Judy's room with their
Yeah, I'm sure. This is, of course, she probably did.
Yeah. Oh, it's a thank you. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You guys are so sweet.
Something in there.
Yeah. You want the classic or
You got any books, Joey? They both are Carolyn's grandchildren and beautiful
Hey, Velma.
Oh, they're all saying. Been a hectic pace, been trying to watch ball game at home. See Shirley King today.
Hey, Doris, this is Lee, that's Gene's son, and then that's his wife, Missy.
Hi, nice to meet you.
And then you do Velma, don't you? Yeah. And you do Gene.
Grandpa, do for Grandpa.
Oh, we will.
You know why I call her a beautiful girl? Because I got granddaughter that has red hair and look like you when she gets older. She's 5 and a half. So had to run in order to get everybody together. Sometimes I want him on there.
Yeah, they spent the time in their house. Mom wanted to move in there. Waiting for them. I went for
The same building, but probably they just put the brick facing on it. It was white. It was white.
This is the church where, and the graveyard is where Jeannie's father and little brother are buried. And this lane, little country road, is where Velma lived as a little girl, and where and she and Jeannie were little girls together. And this is looking north. See the graveyard, where the end of the road goes. And the cemetery sits on the west side of the church building itself. And they're down around him, where the grave of Jeannie's father and little brother are.
Train a long time in advance because with Dad being sick, they had to get a car. A sleeper, and you had to make reservations. And so they planned to go, and then he got sick, and they. Yeah. I know that we left in June, and so could have been too much after he died.
If I had gold, I'd be afraid to have children if they went and died.
Yes.
Oh, he was just 39 years old. He was just a boy, wasn't he?
Just left of Jeannie's father's and little brother's grave is this tombstone for her grandmother and grandfather. Okay.
My dad's brother, Clyde, and his wife, we called her Lee, Aunt Lee, and they never had any children because when Grandpa died, they took over Grandpa's farm, and so that's all of there is of that part of the family. This is my dad's sister here, Florence Slinker. She's the one that is the mother of all those that we saw right at the last down there. That's Juanita and Glendina and Nathan and then but their oldest son is Nathan.
That's 1904 to 1980.
1980.
Okay, what's on their left over there? That's
This is her husband, who was Dutch, who was what we called him.
and what's the dates there?
1900 to 1955.
Okay, and then again back over here at the Daily when.
And Aunt Lee.
Okay.
And this is my dad's brother that they never had any children, so they bought the farm
Uh-huh.
when Grandma and Grandpa died, and so they took over Grandma and Grandpa's Aunt Florence and Dutch's son,
Uh-huh.
and he was murdered in 1965.
How did he, who murdered him and why?
I think he was working at a service station. I'm not sure, but at any rate, he was
Okay.
murdered. He
Well-
died.
Wait, hold it.
Looks like he died in the service.
Uh-huh.
And so we can ask someone about that. But
Why?
because his wife's name is Deborah Avery, and of course my boss's name is Avery. So I thought that was interesting.
Who this is?
He's my dad's older brother, and he's the great-grandfather-in-law of the kid we saw at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Aunt Bertha's son, Thomas. This is one of the three that she had before she married Uncle Isaac, who is Aunt Ollie's brother. So I was kin to both. My dad's sister married Aunt Ollie's brother, and this is her son before she married him.
This is Uncle Stanley's here,
Yeah, uh-huh.
and he died in 1961. Born when?
1908.
Uh-huh.
He was my dad's brother, just older than him. And of course, it's Aunt Rosie's husband.
Isn't it?
Okay, this is Uncle Isaac is Aunt Ollie's brother, and my dad's sister Bertha's husband. But it doesn't show her name on here. But that's what that is. That's Aunt
Okay.
Bertha and Uncle Isaac.
I'm taking this picture. It seems to be the
Hey, there's a bush.
oldest
What if they're related?
person buried here. With the earliest birthday. Jeannie's dad, well, first of all, is that Jeannie's mom and dad bought this place. It's and under that tree is where he would come and sit during the day when he was ill. And this house that's here now is not the house they lived in. It's a very pretty house, and it's a very pretty piece of property, but it's the house they lived in set on the place where this house is, but the house that they actually lived in is this place back here, which we'll go back and take a closer look at. And that's the house. And this is the lady that owns it now. She's let us come in to do a little looking at this, and that's the barn. The barn was there, and Jeannie was a girl living here. And this is the property. Just beautiful. 30 acres. We're looking south now at all the pasture land that's here. We're going to go look. What was this again?
Okay. This, see where those braces are? We had two rooms back of that, out. And the room back of this room was the kitchen.
Well, this
So
has
it'd
been
be
built,
like
this has
here.
been on the outside. This has been planted.
This area in here would have been the kitchen. And then there was like a sunroom that we didn't use a whole lot over there because it was wintertime. And our bedrooms were upstairs. There were two bedrooms
Was those
up
closets there on each side?
I don't think we had closets.
There's a place up for one, wasn't
And the stairs came up right by that window up there.
Inside?
Uh-huh. And I can remember having Aunt Rosie's kids all come over and we'd climb up there. And of course, we didn't have electricity. And it'd be dark. And we'd sit up there and tell ghost stories and all that kind of stuff. And but we'd heat up the irons and wrap them in towels to take them to bed with us because it'd be so cold during the wintertime.
Keep your feet warm.
Yeah.
How were they like in the morning, though?
Cold. This would have been kind of like our living room. This one right
This
here.
has been, this was built when the house was built, looks like, and that portion, it's been built, see, that was built for outside. This here is plaster. This was the room here, shortly.
Yeah.
See what I mean? See,
Yeah.
This is on
Yeah,
the outside.
this was the kitchen on this side, and then over there was just the sunroof, or sun porch kind of a thing. And I know that Mom had the crib in that front room right there. That's where the baby was. And so she had him in that room and my dad in this room. And we didn't really go into this room too much because he was sick by the time we moved in, and they told him, you know, that it was not good for us to be around him too much. So we didn't really spend that much time with him.
Made it hard on your him too.
And so it was only from October to June that we lived in this house. But this was the last one we lived in here. I can remember getting in trouble because I loved to climb up on the roof and jump off.
That's the barn there, isn't it?
Yeah.
You didn't jump off of that, did you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We loved to climb up there and jump off that way. That was big fun. It was. Yeah. That's why we got in trouble. I was adventurous. I loved it, you know, those,
It's the old house from the west side. And this is the old house from the north side. This house was drug up from up by the big tree over to this location. I'll show you how the distance they moved it, because it was sitting on the where the new house sits there. And there, of course, is the big tree that her father would sit under while he was trying to recover. And this is the house as it looks from the east side. Well, what do you think of looking at all this, dear?
It looks a lot smaller than what it did when I lived in it.
I wonder if they got a screwdriver in the house.
Just ask permission from the lady who owned the place if she can have this porcelain handle, door handle here, and we're in the process of Delma taking it off. Out here about halfway between Elizabethtown and Hodgsonville, and we just believe that this row of trees are so pretty. This whole valley was so pretty. We had a couple of days of rain, and now we're able to get the full benefit of all this color. This is the county courthouse in Elizabethtown, and we're going to go across the square. A lot of these buildings were here during the Civil War, and right there is a cannonball that was fired and still was embedded in the building. The building was there during the Civil War. They're going over to the store where Maggie works. This is in downtown Elizabethtown. It's been completely restored. Built in 1825. This is also outside the courthouse here at Elizabethtown. At the shopping center in Elizabethtown, getting ready to go into June shoe store, which is where Velma and Delma's daughter June owns the shoe store. Everybody's going in.
We're heading to Indianapolis.
Are you?
Your store's going to be on NBC News tonight.
If you want to.
We're here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in Indianapolis. Stayed all night at a Signature Inn. First time we'd ever done that. We're going to go into the Hall of Fame here and do everything we can here to enjoy this speedway. Take a view of the track as we sit here. Famous Lully.
round oval of concrete, steel, asphalt, and brick has withstood the test of time and the elements to emerge as a star maker and heartbreaker to the thousands who have been lucky and skillful enough to race for a spot in history. It remains, as it began, a dream. It was 1908, the beginning of the automotive age. Henry Ford introduced the Model T. The General Motors Company was organized, with the first car with interchangeable parts gaining national attention. Unnoticed at the time was the sale of 320 acres of farmland on the outskirts of Indianapolis, soon to be internationally recognized as the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. It was the dream of Hoosier auto manufacturer Carl Fisher to provide a testing ground for American car manufacturers, something that was already being done successfully in Europe. Fisher hoped the Speedway would even out the domination of European car manufacturers over the Americans. A fierce competitor himself in everything from bicycles to cars to balloons, Fisher's dream was to have car manufacturers racing against each other and then use what they learned to build better passenger cars. Fisher, propelled by James Allison and two of his friends, Arthur Newby and Frank Wheeler, paid $250,000 for that dream. It was February 8, 1909. It was the beginning of the greatest spectacle in racing. It was the beginning of the Indianapolis 500-mile race. When the track opened for its first 500-mile race in 1911, Fisher's dream had already been altered by events a year earlier. His desire to offer fans a variety of races throughout the year had failed. The inaugural balloon...
Learning a new word every day?
I hope so.
This is usually more brisk than this. They usually have more business than this. Start picking up, enthusiasm gets up first. Racing fever. Thank you. Thank you.
However, was a mixture of crushed stone and tar, which broke up rapidly during a program of short races held during August of that year. More than 3 million heavy paving bricks were used to resurface the course in time for 3 weekends of racing in 19... room to park 25,000 cars inside the track. The Speedway also operated. The numerals above the outside wall as we approach the number 3 turn serve as yardage markers for drivers running at racing speed, reminding them that they are 300 yards or 200 yards or only 100 yards from the turn. Official time trial. To do this, they average over 200 miles an hour through the turn and reach a peak over 220 miles an hour on the long straightaway. They enter the turn from near the outside wall and move down to the inside edge of a mile and a half. The pits are assigned prior to race day on the basis of each car's speed during the official number of his car is printed on the wall of his assigned pit. No driver is permitted to encroach on another driver's pit at any time. Fast work by members of the pit crew is an extremely important item as they refuel their respective cars at least 7 or 8 times during the race and change tires as needed. Have an opportunity to demonstrate the value of perfect teamwork by putting 40 gallons of fuel into the tank, changing tires if necessary, in only 15 or 16 seconds. Here at the start control tower, where the timers and scorers do their important work. It also serves as the master control center for the announcers. Racetrack has 35 panels from top to bottom. During the race, the top panel is used to show the number of laps completed by the first place car. The average speed stage of the race. In 1986, 13 electronic message boards were added throughout the grounds, as there is no sporting event. On qualification days, all of the speedway seats are available on a first-come, first-served basis for an admission charge of $5. On your left, you can see the entrance. Approximately 90 cars are entered each year, and each entrant is assigned a garage that contains every key. Time trials are held on the 2nd and 3rd weekends in May and determine the starting position for each.
We're south of Indianapolis, about 20 miles or so, and we're having our lunch here. This is about 25, 30 miles outside of Louisville. We went by and picked up Dorcas at the seminary, and we're heading for having dinner and a little sightseeing here. I seem to remember my mother cooking a stove like this. We're going to wait till 5:30 to eat. All part of the Joe Huber farm out here. Say something.
Is this a video postcard?
This is a video postcard.
Hello?
Vietnam!
Yeah. Who's those people on both sides of you?
This is Mom and Dad. Doesn't he look a lot like Phil Donahue?
Okay, here we are, everybody.
What?
We're ready for the big wagon train ride. And this is all the vehicle that Dorcas can afford to have for us to travel on. Did you get them good fun picture, dear?
Come to see me and you can get a ride.
At the,
You gotta go to Florida. You promised me you'll go to Florida someday. I promise I will.
I gotta get a picture of everybody. Everybody keeps running off.
What, but you remember Andrew Davis took you?
I don't understand the principle that there's supposed to be something where they go up and down. She didn't hold up her part of it, though.
yeah, we might break it.
I wonder if that's more the family over there, more the family house.
Probably.
mean?
Back in Fresno.
You're missing a great thing not being here in Kentucky or in Indiana. It's beautiful season where the leaves are changing and it's just gorgeous.
Good.
Gorgeous weather. I mean, you can be without a jacket if you want to. What else? Just hello and I love you.
This is out the Ohio River between Louisville and Indiana. Beautiful man-made fountain in the middle of the river. Can you believe that? And we're beside the Galt Hotel, which is a largest hotel in the world, I understand. And we're on some public park area out here. The Galt House, not the Galt Hotel. Largest hotel in the world, I understand. Covers 2 blocks, has a walkway over the street between it. Overlooking the Ohio River between Louisville and Indiana. Again, the fountain, a little more unobstructed view. And the river toward St. Louis. Riverboat on the Ohio River. For you?
Hi, my name is Dorcas Camacho, and we're sitting here in southern Seminary. I wanted to share a couple of minutes with you all about coming to Kentucky to see Dorcas Camacho in school. One of the things I want to do when you get here is go to Kentucky Fried Chicken, because you know Kentucky Fried Chicken is made right here in our town, and I want to take you to come and eat some of our chicken. It's a very famous thing here in Kentucky, and I feel like you'll have an experience of your life. It just will be just so wonderful. And one of the things
George wave right now. I got camera on him.
Okay.
There's George waving. We'll see if we can get a car coming by.
He likes to wave at the car.
Yes, he does like to wave at the cars. Try to get just the people in the van.
What's better good? Get a few waves. You know, van or car with 3 more children in it.
House, and they were the well-to-do family that lived right across the street from the little old shack that my folks lived in at the time that I was born. And my great-grandmother was the one who delivered me, and it's just right across the street. Of course, there's a concrete place there now, so it doesn't even, there's nothing that resembles a house, but that's where I was, this is where I was born, right here.
Now, when we came here in 1982, there was a small house still sitting on there that was supported by a tree. It was leaning against the tree, and then since then the houses fell down. This is where Jeannie lived as a little girl.
But the tree is where the house set.
Okay.
But it didn't look like that then.
Okay.
I mean, closer to the woods. Now, where was she playing in the woods?
Go ahead, dear.
Okay. The house was up on the knoll up there, and the last time we were here, it was still leaning against the tree. able to identify it because it had the cistern and all that stuff behind it. But now it's just overgrown. There's not even any indication that that's where a house stood. But I can remember sitting on a log down here close to this road when I'd watch all the army trucks go by with all the soldiers, and we'd sit and wave at the soldiers as they were going to war. And we used to go into those woods and play, and we'd be in there all day just having fun.
How long did y'all live here? How many years?
We lived here from probably 1936 to 1940, 41, 42 maybe, somewhere like that.
Okay. Now, so you'd have been about 10 years old or 12 years old when you left here?
10 years old, because I was 12 when we...
Then you moved to that farm over there?
No, we moved to the Bronner farm first, and
Yeah.
we were in the Bronner farm for about a year.
Okay. And then you went to the place your folks bought?
Yes.
Okay, now tell me about the woods over there. You told me something about the woods over there.
Oh, that was where we go to play, and if we were bad, Mom would send us down the hill to get a switch so she could nettle our legs, is what she called it, to let us know we'd done something wrong. But that was the place, that was our hiding out place for playing.
Well, they have poison ivy here. They don't have poison oak, don't they?
Where's poison ivy? What does poison ivy look like?
I don't know what poison ivy looks like. I just know about poison oak, because that's what we have in our...
We call it poison.
Aunt Lee and Uncle Clyde's house, they were just down the road a piece from where we lived at that place that we were just talking about. And to me, this was the biggest house I'd ever known. They had big staircases, and it was just the grandeur of Southern elegance.
Is this basically the same way the house was, the barns and everything?
As far as I recall, I don't remember where the barn was, so it could possibly be that
Did you ever
the
come
barn
visit
is
them
the
over here
same.
by yourself?
No, usually I came over with my parents when they were, we'd come over and help, when you're, in those days, everybody helped out. If there was a crop to pull in, everybody came and
It's only
did
about a
their
half
share.
mile from your place up there.
Yes, uh-huh.
Okay. The Rosie's house. Jeannie's Aunt Rosie. And that's her expensive screen door that a salesman sold her for $300. Poor lady didn't have hardly any money at all and took her for that. Maybe she told us about that before. But she raised 16 children in this home. Over here to the left, where just in front of where the car is, when her husband came ill with TB, they built a little house here, and she had to stay. He had to stay out here. She brought him his meals and everything out here. In this spot right between a tree and the car there, there's a little hut that he lived in. And even though he was ill, they had a child the next year. Tell us what that says.
Glendale Consolidated School, 1935. G.C. Burkhead, Superintendent, County Board members, G.E. Pfeiffer, Chairman, J.E. Walters, R.L. Ireland, J.R. Fife, W.L. Tabor, architects Harry E. Boyle and Company, Evansville, Indiana, contractor, the Jenkins Ethics Company, Elizabethtown, Kentucky.
That's still not right.
Now, what's the significance of this, dear?
This is the school the new school I attended in when I lived in.
This was the new school you attended?
Yes.
The new school Jeannie attended. Well, girls, tell me, what was this about? What was out here?
It was cinders. They wasn't blacktop. It was just cinders, real old rough cinders, and it was a steep hill. And you'd come up there, and we'd fall half the time getting up there and skinning our knees.
I can remember one time falling in the cinders and scraping my face from all the way down and going into the nurse's office, and she painted my face with the Curt chrome. I went home that night, and Mom wasn't at home. She was up attending Grandma Hall up in Louisville, and she came home late that night, and when she saw saw me with all this red face, she just about fainted because she thought I was bleeding. But all it was just a bunch of mercurochrome on my face.
Return to senders.
This is an addition that's been added to the school. Yes. Okay. Oh, did I drop one again? We've just toured the Opryland Hotel, and we're going to go down now into the into Opryland. There's a little group down there.
Take a picture of you guys here. Thank you.
Everybody living self-esteem, doing what they want. They just too glad to see. If we're gonna make the change, we've got to be the friends of all us do our part. There's simple explanation, it's a matter of Father Wills. Bills are owed by his name, scarred hands, so we can go to the promised land. He builds a bridge strong across, and there's nothing that can tear it down. He built that bridge across the divide. He built that bridge to the other side. He built a bridge that will take us to the place where the Father wills. Built all alone by his name, scarred hands, so we can go to the promised land. He built a bridge strong across, and there's nothing that can tear it down. He built a bridge strong across, and there's nothing that can tear it down.
Welcome to our show, everybody. We're called Country Grass. My name is Mark Barnett, your host for the show, and I'd like to begin by introducing this fine group up here. On bass from Ashland City, Tennessee, a big hand for Johnny Miller. All right. Here on the Martin guitar. From Mount Pleasant, Michigan, a big hand for Dan Schaefer.